This is India at 9, broadcasting live from the CNN IBN headquarters in New Delhi with Rajdeep Sardesai.
Good evening, hello and welcome to India at 9. As always, the news, the newsmakers, the talking points on your primetime destination. Tonight, this Wednesday night, Tamil Nadu's Chief Minister J. Jayalalitha has stunned the Congress, decided to release Rajiv Gandhi's killers a day after the Supreme Court commuted the death penalty of 3 convicts in the case. Tonight, the big question we are asking is politics deciding the fate of death row convicts in terror cases. The big headline tonight: politics intensifies over Rajiv Gandhi's killers after Jayalalitha's government in Tamil Nadu decides to release all 7 convicts a day after the Supreme Court commuted their death sentence. Rahul Gandhi slams the decision. Others question the double standards in dealing with death row convicts.
प्रधानमंत्री को न्याय नहीं मिलेगा तो गरीब व्यक्ति को न्याय कभी नहीं मिल सकता.
Rajiv's assassins to be released. Is politics deciding the fate of death row convicts in terror cases? That's not all. In our other headlines tonight, there's chaos over Telangana once more. Rajya Sabha adjourned after Simandra MPs tear documents and manhandle the chairman's secretary. Sonia Gandhi now asked the Prime Minister to grant special status to Simandra for 5 years.
I have been honest with whomever I have spoken to in my life, including my party leader, Srimati Sonia Gandhi. I have said in uncertain terms that this is a bad decision.
Kiran Kumar Reddy resigns as Andhra Chief Minister, tells CNN IBN he had warned Sonia Gandhi against dividing the state. Gets set now to form his own party. 2 big newsmakers from Andhra Pradesh, Kiran Kumar Reddy and Chandrababu Naidu, are ahead on India at 9.
I can tell you that Jamta means this is a democratic government. Democracy will decide the PM candidate.
Mamata Banerjee reveals her national ambitions in an interview to CNN IBN. Does not rule out a shot at being Prime Minister. Keeps her options open on post-poll alliances. This on a day when Anna Hazare says he will campaign now for the Trinamool Congress. Mamata is our other big newsmaker tonight. That exclusive interview coming up at 10 p.m. tonight.
वो कुछ नहीं करते हैं. He doesn't face an interview with you. Has he given an interview? I wish I could interview him. Or I'll give you the questions you should ask him.
It's Modi versus Chidambaram. Another CNN IBN exclusive. The finance minister challenges the BJP's prime ministerial nominee to debate him on the economy. Modi hits back, raises questions on Chidambaram's budget speech. Rape accused and former Tehelka editor Tarun Tejpal will get copies of the CCTV footage from the Goa hotel where the alleged incident took place. He claims the footage will prove his innocence. The Supreme Court rules Muslims can adopt under the provisions of the Juvenile Justice Act, even though Muslim personal law only allows for guardianship, not adoption. And the rot is spreading, not just Parliament. Democracy shamed in assemblies too. In Kashmir, a PDP MLA slaps a marshal thrice. In UP, RLD MLAs take off their shirts, protesting against the Samajwadi Party government. But first tonight, the big story. Politics over Rajiv Gandhi's killers. Tamil Nadu Chief Minister J. Jayalalitha today decided to release all the 7 convicted in the killing of the former Prime Minister who yesterday had their death sentences commuted by the court. The centre has now been given a 3-day deadline to ratify the decision. That move coming after that Supreme Court verdict in the case. Rahul Gandhi has slammed the decision, saying that it sets the wrong precedent.
All 7 convicted of killing former Prime Minister of India, Rajiv Gandhi, could walk free in the next few days. In a political masterstroke, Tamil Nadu Chief Minister Jayalalitha has decided to release them, and this comes just 24 hours after the Supreme Court commuted death penalties of the 3 convicts.
We have decided to release those prisoners. We have informed the central government about our decision, but if the centre does not reply in 3 days, we will go ahead with our decision.
In this election season, the race to grab credit for the release of these convicts has just begun. All political parties in Tamil Nadu have joined the chorus for the release of the 7 convicts.
The centre should immediately give its approval. I am hopeful they will approve the decision. This is not a prompt decision by the state government. They ridiculed it when I proposed it, but I appreciate them for taking this decision.
Hats off to the Tamil Nadu government headed by Madam Jayalalitha. She has taken a bold and historic decision.
While the Congress party remained quiet on the issue, Rajiv Gandhi's son and Congress Vice President Rahul Gandhi said,
राजीव गांधी जी मेरे पिता थे, आपके भी वो बहुत करीब थे. प्रधानमंत्री को न्याय नहीं मिलेगा तो गरीब व्यक्ति को न्याय कभी नहीं मिल सकता.
But there is a legal hitch before these 7 can be released. Legal experts believe that as the matter was investigated by the CBI, central government's concurrence on the matter is required.
The offences have been investigated by the CBI, that is Delhi Special Police Establishment Act. Then the commutation of the sentence cannot take effect unless it is also approved by the central government.
Even before Rajiv Gandhi killers are released, questions are being raised. Political parties in Jammu and Kashmir are already asking why was Afzal Guru hanged. This also raises questions on whether terror convicts can be released to score political points. In New Delhi, Ashok Bagria.
राजीव गांधी जी मेरे पिता थे, आपके भी वो बहुत करीब थे. राजीव गांधी जी वापस नहीं आएंगे. और मैं अपने आप जो फांसी की सजा है उसके खिलाफ हूं. मगर मैं गाड़ी में सोच रहा था कि भाई मैं गुस्सा हूं, मेरे पिता वापस नहीं आएंगे, मैं गुस्सा नहीं हूं. दुख है, मेरे पिता वापस नहीं आएंगे, दुख नहीं है. तो मुझे क्या लगा? मुझे लगा कि अगर इस देश में प्रधानमंत्री को न्याय नहीं मिलेगा तो गरीब व्यक्ति को न्याय कभी नहीं मिल सकता.
Let's face then the big talking point right at the top of India at 9 tonight. Rajiv's assassins to be released. Is politics deciding the fate of death row convicts even in terror cases? Joining me now, C.R.Kesavan, a spokesperson of the Congress party, Tirumurgan Gandhi, activist and Tamil nationalist, D.R. Karthikeyan, former director of the CBI, C. Aryama Sundaram, lawyer, senior lawyer of the Supreme Court, Shabnam Lone, joining me from Kashmir, another lawyer joins me from there. Appreciate all of you joining us, different voices coming in. Mr. Kesavan, I'm going to start with you at the top. Your leader Rahul Gandhi says he's angry, sad and angry that Rajiv Gandhi's killers have been let off. That as a result, no one can expect justice. But the fact is that it was Sonia Gandhi who had pleaded that their death sentence be commuted to life sentence. Sonia Gandhi calls for mercy. Rahul seems saddened and angry. What are we to make out of it?
Rajdeep, please parse very clearly what Mr. Rahul Gandhi has said. He said he is against death penalty, but he is saddened because these people have been released. Even if you see the letter which Srimati Sonia Gandhi wrote in 1999 to K.R. Narayanan, it was very clear. There are two things she mentioned.
No, he wants them to remain, that means on death row for life, which many believe is equally worse.
No. The Congress party is very clear. As far as the decision of the Supreme Court is concerned, we abide by the decision of the Supreme Court. It's commuting death to life. The question here is the release by the Tamil Nadu government. That is the focal issue here. What Rahul Gandhi said today is very clear. He said he is against death penalty, and even which is why I want to mention Srimati Sonia Gandhi's letter. In 1999, when she wrote to K.R. Narayanan, she very clearly said, myself, my daughter and my son, we are against the move to hang the people responsible for killing my husband. And she also mentioned this when talking about Nalini. She said, my children have lost a beloved father, and we don't want that child to also go through the same fate of losing a father and mother.
I want to know, therefore, what did the Gandhis want? They wanted the convicts to remain on death row for the rest of their lives. They wanted them to have life sentence for life. as is now being described, because they have been in jail for more than 15 years.
I'll ask you a straight question to show what kind of political, maneuverism and political opportunism the Tamil Nadu government is doing here. Let me be very clear. 7 people were said to be released by the cabinet decision today.
Yes.
Let's give me a minute, I'll go back to the history. 26 people were convicted by the Tada court. 19 of them were set free. 4 of them were given death sentence. 3 of them were given life sentence in 1999. Robert Pius, Mr. Prabhakar and Jay Kumar. Why did not the Tamil Nadu government in 2006 or even in 2011 release these 3 people? The other 3 people you're talking about were commuted from death to life to 24 hours before. But these 3 people you talked about were on life sentence from 1999. Why did not the Tamil Nadu government take an initiative to release them then? Why is this dubious timing here? Which is my question.
That is a good question, and Mr. Gandhi, as someone who's been among the advocates there in Tamil Nadu, pushing the Dravida parties to release or at least commute the sentence of Rajiv Gandhi's killers, the question will come, is this competitive Tamil Nadu politics at work? There's elections in 2 months, the DMK calls for the release, Vaiko calls for the release, so the AIDMK doesn't want the rivals to take advantage of the Tamil sentiments, and so killers of a prime minister are released. What should matter, Mr. Gandhi? Sentiments, politics, or the law of this land?
This is called justice. See, it is not 1 year or 2 years, it's 23 years people are fighting for this release, and there's not even a fair trial that happened to all the 7 people.
They were convicted. They were convicted by the highest court in this country, sir.
Whatever.
You may not see it as a fair trial, but they were convicted by the highest court.
That is there. What happened to the statement by the SP Tyagarajan, who filed their statement? He said whatever that I written is not something that they told. I written wrongly. So based on that statement, your justice system given the verdict. So your fundamental case has been broken. So you don't have the proper trial system in India. Where it has happened? It is not happening to Shankaracharya. It is not happening to Sunil Dutt. It is not happening to the people, those who killed 6,000 in Delhi. What happened to Jagdish Tytler? You people can protect or influential in politics, and you can solve that. Hold on. How can you say that it is a sentiment?
No, hold on.
How can you say that it is sentiment?
Because
it is justice.
Because that is, you're saying
So
that justice.
Just a minute. What happened to Jagdish Tytler?
Mr. Gandhi, just a minute. Quickly respond, Mr. Kesavan. I'll widen the debate. The fact is that there is this argument made of justice, that there are Tamil groups there which are saying that they have got justice today. How do you respond to that?
So what has happened today is you've denied basic justice to all the 17 people and their families who've been killed along with Sri Rajiv Gandhi. Please don't forget that. And second thing is, this decision today has shaken the very faith in the rule of law, because
But that's because the government sat on the execution for 11 years. The government sat on the execution for 11 years.
Let me counter you there, sir. In 1999, 1999, the Supreme Court upheld this. 2000, it was decided that it should be sent to the president. The NDA government sat on it for 2000 to 2004. It didn't send it to the president. When Mr. Shivraj Patel came as Home Minister in 2005, he sent it to the president. It lay with the president till 2011. Then when a new Home Minister came, the Rashtrapati Bhavan sends it back. So please don't say that we didn't do that.
So now you're blaming Rashtrapati Bhavan for sitting on the execution.
I'm saying that the UPA government had sent the file in 2005. It lay in the Rashtrapati Bhavan from 2005. And one more quick point, sir. As you mentioned, the Supreme Court has said when they convicted these people, it's the rarest of rarest crimes. Please let us not forget that. And this is not talking about a Congress leader. He was a former Prime Minister.
Which is why I am saying, why did you not, if you believed it was rarest of rare, if you believed it fell within the purview of the death penalty, why did the governments of the day, including the UPA government, not push the president to decide?
It is the prerogative of the president. You can't push the president. And one more thing I want to say here, sir. Let us just keep this in mind. This is not about Sri Rajiv Gandhi, who was a Congress president. He was a former Prime Minister, and this attack is an attack on India's unity, sovereignty and integrity. I think these people are questioning our collective national resolve to fight against terrorism.
Okay, you make that point. Mr. D.R. Karthikeyan, as a police officer who prosecuted the Rajiv Gandhi assassination case, are you disappointed today with the manner in which this has played out?
Rajdeep, I think you have a very biased view on the entire thing.
Hold on, Mr. Gandhi.
You're talking on the other side. You're not talking on the balance. You are not taking a balanced position.
Mr. Gandhi, I will have to switch off your mic if you intervene. I'm asking a question to Mr. Karthikeyan. Let him respond. I'll come to you. Mr. Karthikeyan, go ahead.
Yes, Mr. Rajdeep, I am here
on your invitation.
Yes.
And another 5 minutes I have to move on to the other channel.
Yes.
So please allow me to answer this question without interruption next 5 minutes or 3 minutes maybe.
Yes.
You see, as far as what happened today is concerned, I have no comments to make because that is in the realm of politics.
Yes.
You know, when I was persuaded, invited, requested by the government of India to take up the investigation of the blind case of the dastardly assassination of the former Prime Minister,
yes,
I laid two conditions. One is, of course, that I will not allow any politics to interfere. And my problem was more than the LTTE, protecting my investigation and trial from political manipulations of many people. So I maintained that. We detected the case, identified the people on the basis of evidence, produced legally admissible evidence in the court of law. Then the court accepted an investigation. Then the matter went to the Supreme Court. 3 judges, eminent judges of the Supreme Court, heard the appeal for 3 long months, endorsed my investigation, upheld the conviction. Of course, the sentences were varied. 4 were sentenced to death and 3 life. With that, my task as an investigator, my duty to the nation was over. Thereafter, what they do with the conviction and the accused is for the government of for the governments to decide.
But will it not have a demoralizing effect?
I've never allowed
will
any
it not have,
politics to come in.
Sir,
That
Mr.
is the
Karthikeyan, I take Mr. Karthikeyan, do you have a do you feel that it will demoralize people if a case which involves the assassination of a former Prime Minister results in the release of those who have been convicted simply because the centre did not execute the decision to give them the death sentence for 11 years, and within 24 hours the government of Tamil Nadu releases them? Will it not have a demoralizing effect in this battle against terrorism?
I don't think so. Investigators have to be detached. We have nothing personally against anybody. We did our duty without fear or favor, facing all threats and all sorts of problems. We succeeded. We had more problems from protecting the investigation and trial from the political manipulation than even from the deadly LTTE that I have gone on record again and again and again.
Sir, has
Today
justice
I don't
been
want
done?
to enter into the field of politics.
But has justice been done?
I don't want to comment on...
Do you believe justice has been done?
See, justice, as far as I am concerned as an investigator, justice was done when the Supreme Court accepted my investigation, praised us for our work done and convicted, sentenced them. And beyond that, that is in the realm of the government and the nation.
Okay, let me
I have nothing personal against any of them.
Okay, you want to stay out of the...
What is done today, that is in the realm of politics. I refuse to be drawn into politics even today.
Okay, that's speaking like a professional police officer. Aryama Sundaram, senior lawyer in the Supreme Court. The government of this country, whether you call it Rashtrapati Bhavan, whether you call it the central government, doesn't act for 11 years to execute the decision which was given by the Supreme Court of convicting them to death row. Within 24 hours, though, the Tamil Nadu government acts to release the convicts. What does this tell us, Mr. Aryama Sundaram, about the manner in which law and politics in this country operates? 11 years, no decision on execution, 24 hours decision to release them, particularly on the eve of a major election.
I think, Rajdeep, the facts speak for themselves. You ask a question which is so self-evident in its reply. Let me make one thing very clear. I am totally, wholly against the death penalty. In fact, I had also appeared in the matter where this whole issue of commutation of sentences was discussed. However, having said that, I must say that while I'm against the death penalty, I believe that for heinous crimes, a person should be imprisoned for life. Now, it's completely correct in saying that when he's been threatened under death row for 11 years, it's been a torture. And therefore, the death sentence should be commuted to life imprisonment. But that does not mean he should be set free. And even here, the life sentence which was given was life for the whole of his natural life. The fact of the matter is, the Criminal Procedure Code has a provision, section 432, which permits remission by government. I think when the act was enacted, the hope and belief was that this remission was really done for humanitarian grounds. When it was felt that a particular prisoner has stayed there long enough, he has reformed as a person, there was an application of mind from a humanitarian angle.
Right.
Not that It was commuted, and quite rightly commuted, by the Supreme Court, because it follows the earlier judgment of the Supreme Court, which says an undue delay must result in a commutation. So the Supreme Court correctly commuted it to life imprisonment, but the sentence of the Supreme Court was life imprisonment for the whole of their natural life.
Right.
That was, according to me, the correct punishment. Now, there can be a remission under section 432, but the remission is, you look at various factors. You look at the conduct of the prisoner, you look at the nature of the offense, you look at whether the person is any more a danger to society, you look at a whole host of things, look at it from a humanitarian ground. And nothing of that was done here. Nothing of that.
This was pure politics.
Looked at from that aspect at all.
You're saying this was pure politics.
It was a pure political decision taken within 24 hours, where people who have committed a heinous, dastardly crime, who are terrorists, who I do not believe should be hanged, but who I do believe should be incarcerated, have been let out solely for political reasons. And please see how political reasons are weighed. Every single party in Tamil Nadu, even Congress MPs and ministers who come from Tamil Nadu, have not been able to come out against what Madam Jayalalitha has done. Exactly. On the contrary, everybody seems to endorse this because they feel the mood of the Tamil Nadu people is that. But I'm forced as a lawyer to ask myself, yes, where does law go if a decision is to be taken purely on political grounds, and because it is felt by political parties in power that it will help them at the elections to allow something like this to happen. I believe that what was required under 432, the factors to be looked into, have not been followed.
Given what you're saying, and you've given very strong words as to exactly how this has played out, Shabnam Lone, you were on my program last night, and I asked you this last night, but tonight I'm going to ask you even more directly. As a result of the way this has played out, do you fear that the life of a Kashmiri matters less than a Tamilian or even a Sri Lankan Tamil? That Kashmiri sentiment doesn't matter in Afzal's case, in the case of the parliament attack convict, but Tamil sentiments matter. So Afzal goes to the gallows, and Tamil sentiments matter, which as a result of which they are released in 24 hours after their sentence is commuted.
Well, Rajdeep, it's of politics and of legality. Of course, the overriding sentiment in Kashmir today is that a Kashmiri does not count, while as a South Indian Tamilian counts more. What has happened, the Supreme Court has given a judgment, and I agree with that judgment wholeheartedly. Thank God we have the Supreme Court, because the executive is playing politics to the hilt. Yes. Now, what has Madam Jayalalitha done? Now, she has taken records from where Mr. Aryaman Sundaram started. 432 traverses to 433. From 433 to 433A. The Honorable Supreme Court says that the executive has the prerogative and the power to grant remission under 433A if the sentence of 14 years has been already completed by them. So technically you might say that what Madam Jayalalitha has done is a political masterstroke, and is she within the purview of the law? I say yes, she is very much within the purview of the law, because it is the law laid down by the Honorable Supreme Court in Sudhakaran versus State of Andhra Pradesh 2006 judgment, wherein it has been specifically said by the Honorable Supreme Court that under 433A, the executive can grant remission. Can Jayalalitha do that under 433A? I say yes, she can do it. For whatever reason she has done it, that is another question.
But your worry is that
dexterity.
Your worry is that the same politics did not apply in the case of Afzal, because presumably there was the whole argument of the collective conscience of the nation, which demanded in a sense that Afzal Guru be killed.
What is this collective conscience of the nation? This is a great country. This is a great democracy. What collective consciousness are they talking about? Now, Rajiv Gandhi's killers, the Prime Minister of India, Murugan, Sanathan, is it a less crime than what Afzal Guru did? I'm not saying that what Afzal Guru did was right. I'm not saying what these people did was right. But on the law of parity, once you have put parameters for one set of people equally placed, what you have done with Afzal Guru is unpardonable.
Okay.
What you have selectively discriminated against that man, where equally placed people have been granted pardon and reprieve. Now the Congress is playing politics to the hilt. My question is to the Honorable Prime Minister of India, Mr. Manmohan Singh and his Council of Ministers, who aided and advised the Honorable President under 72 to send Afzal Guru to the gallows. Now my question to them is, did they follow the law? The answer is no, they did not follow the law. They did not follow the law laid down by the Supreme Court, which specifically says that once a pardon is granted or a clemency petition is rejected, then that person is entitled to go to the Supreme Court in a judicial review, which is of a limited nature. But the parameters have been set by the Honorable Supreme Court.
Can I for a moment then, given what, and I've allowed you all both to have extended comment because you are lawyers and experts on this field, to the politician, Mr. Kesavan, from what is being said by both Aryama Sundaram and by Shabnam Lone, the fear now is going to be that decisions to execute or not to execute will be determined by how many votes an execution will cost or bring to the party. Killing Afzal, you believed, I'm going to say this directly, would bring you votes. Killing Rajiv's killers would lose you votes, or so you believed. So the government sat on the execution. And that is going to be the unfortunate outcome of what has happened.
Sir, I wouldn't first use the word killing. It's capital punishment. Let me say one point here, sir. No, I just want to make one point. It's a very emotive issue for us. What has happened in the Tamil Nadu Assembly, they have pretty much said you can kill the Prime Minister and then you can go scot-free. These are legal luminaries sitting here with us. When you look at the common man, you know what they think, sir? They think somebody killed the Prime Minister. Now there is no conviction. They're acquitted. They can go free. That is the message they are sending. And let me say this.
But but the Congress party, in a sense, also has to answer why for 11 years,
sir, I told you the
much
reason.
of which you were in power, you did not push the President's office to take a decision on the execution.
I'm going to repeat this again. It was sent to the President in 2005. When a new Home Minister came, it was sent back to him in 2011. Till then, it was with Rashtrapati Bhavan. Let me come back to this issue.
You're passing the buck.
I'm not passing the buck. The buck stops here, and the President, the buck stops with the President.
The buck stops with the President of India.
Yes, that's it. And that's what I'm saying. And let me say one more thing. What the Tamil Nadu government has done.
The President of India acts on the aid and advice of the Home Ministry.
No, the new Home Minister, the files were sent back as soon as the new Home Minister came in 2011. It was acted upon immediately. Let me tell one thing, sir, and when there was a new President. Let me tell one more thing here. The government of Tamil Nadu has set a very bad precedent here. They are constitutional authorities who've been vested with this power of remission to follow certain guidelines, rule of law and spirit. The decision of the Tamil Nadu cabinet has violated the spirit of these powers of remission, and it has set a very, very bad precedent. And the dangers which you are probably raising here are very grave, and they are there because of this decision.
You know, that is precisely the point, Mr. Gandhi. You claim that I'm being imbalanced, and I'm not. I'm raising all issues. You claim to represent Tamil sentiment.
You're
no,
not,
hold on now. I'm going to let you answer.
I'm not here to represent. Rajdeep, I want to tell you one thing very clearly.
You represent.
Here on advocating.
Do you accept that Prabhakaran? Just a minute. Sir, do you accept that Mr. Prabhakaran, the LTT were terrorists, yes or no? Do you accept that? Do you accept that the killers of Rajiv Gandhi were terrorists?
They were not terrorists. See, don't pose me questions.
No, I want to ask you a straight question. Are the killers of Rajiv Gandhi terrorists or not? Are the killers of Rajiv Gandhi terrorists or not?
There. See, okay, well, Rajdeep, you made a contempt of the Supreme Court. Supreme Court said, killing Rajiv Gandhi is not a terrorist act. But you are telling it's a terrorist act.
That is not true.
You are something of fabricating an image.
No, not at all.
That is true.
Not at all. Not at all. Please do not mislead the country, Mr. Gandhi. The fact is, you are not answering my question.
If you want,
you are playing the role of Tamil sentiment.
If you find,
a terrorist act is non-negotiable.
Forget about Tamil sentiment. Don't put me onto Tamil sentiment framework. Don't put me on that. How can you say that?
Because that is the issue which has been used. That is the issue which has been used.
The
issue has been used for 11 years.
You are diverting the issue.
That issue.
You are diverting. You are diverting. Allow me to speak. Allow me to speak. You are not everybody to speak.
Go ahead.
We were fighting against the Rajona's case, Afzal Guru case. We were the one who were on the streets when the Afzal Guru was hanged. But what are you telling it? You are advising. You are telling the country that for Tamil is different and Kashmir is different. Who are you then? How dare you to talk like that? We are the people who are fighting against the death penalty for Afzal Guru, for Rajona, for everybody, even Eman Das. So we are standing on the streets. Even the Perinival's mother across India walked for the anti-death penalty. How do you dare you to say that for Tamil is different and Kashmir is different? What is your mind?
Because that is exactly what has happened between Afzal and this case.
It's a sick mind. It's a sick mind. That is, you ask the government. You ask the government, Congress people. You ask the Congress people. Don't blame the people on that. By letting these people off, Jailendra is going to earn the hundreds of votes. If it's a politics, it's a politics. She's not going to earn crores of votes. How dare you to say it's a politics?
1 minute, 1 minute.
Where's the proof? How you have data? You have a data? You have a material on that? You have evidence on that? How dare you to say it's a politics?
I
it's
am going to,
man.
Mr.
23
Gandhi,
years, they were
Mr. Gandhi, just a minute.
Let me tell you. Let me tell you one thing. The people those who killed Rajiv Gandhi were encountered. 4 people executed. They were protected by the Margaret Alva. Tell Rahul
hold on.
It is
Hold on, Mr.
people
Gandhi.
who
I'm
protected.
asking my cameraman,
Who is
Mr. Gandhi,
Margaret
you're
Alva?
making scurrilous
Who is Margaret
allegations.
Alva?
I'm asking my cameraman to switch off your mic. I will come back to you. I want to give you a chance, but not to make scurrilous allegations on this program. You know, let's be clear. There is a fact that, Mr. Kesavan, before I come back to the lead, I just want to know one thing, the political aspect. This whole belief that votes will be brought, that you can get votes in a sense by deciding whether to delay an execution or go ahead with an execution. There has been no election, ironically, in the last 20-25 years, which has been decided in Tamil Nadu on the LTT issue. That is the truth. The LTT Tamil issues only plays out in a sense in the media. It plays out among fringe groups, but it doesn't really play out on the ground. Be honest. Whether Rajiv's killers were sent to death row and eventually hanged or not, would it have made any difference politically? To that extent, have all the politicians in Tamil Nadu got it horribly wrong? This should be about law, not about politics. A terrorist act is non-negotiable.
Rajdeep, I am representing the view of the Congress party, and we are
which is also stayed silent.
It's an emotive issue for us. It's not
you
a political
silent,
issue, sir. We have not stayed silent. Rahul ji has spoken today. Let me just say
the politicians of Tamil Nadu have stayed silent.
No, they have. Today, the Tamil Nadu Congress president has also condemned. Let me just say one thing here, Rajdeep. Today we are here because of the trigger done by the Tamil Nadu cabinet decision, which is politics. It is not the politics of the Congress. It's the Congress is emotionally intertwined and bounded by this. But the Tamil Nadu government has politicized it. My only question is, I'll come back to what I asked you, sir. Yeah. I asked you in the beginning, Robert Pius, Ravi Chandar and Jayakumar were life term much before all this happened from 2000. Why did the Tamil Nadu government not ask for remission and release them before this? Okay. Why? I didn't get an answer for that till now.
I think
that is politics, sir.
I think you made, unfortunately, we don't have an AIDMK spokesperson, but you make a valid point there. I want to ask you, Mr. Aryama Sundaram, the major fact which is being given not just in this case but in other cases as well, it's now being cited also in the Beant Singh assassination case, that a delay in execution that is inordinate and unreasonable should lead to a commutation of the death sentence. Do you believe that principle should apply even in terror cases, particularly in a case which involves the assassination of a former Prime Minister?
My answer is yes, for the simple reason that a person is convicted to death for the rarest of rare cases. India is in the minority of countries which still has a death sentence, but we have a rule that it's in the rarest of rare cases. So I take it when a person is convicted and is convicted to be hanged, to be killed, it is a rarest of rare case. But thereafter, yes, the sentence must be implemented. Now, under Article 21, a person has a fundamental right till the day he dies. Now, every single day that he's on death row is a torture, and the Supreme Court very correctly, in the judgment delivered 6 weeks ago, said that is a violation of Article 21, and a person who has already been punished with this daily torture of death cannot once again be punished by being killed again. Yes. So instead it should be commuted to life imprisonment. Life imprisonment in the real sense of the word. Imprisonment for his natural life. Okay. Now that is the correct sentence. When a remission is given is for extraordinary humanitarian grounds. A ground that says here is a man who's suffering because he's got ill, he's got he's got a mental problem, or it's a tremendous kind of suffering which affects the human heart. Yes. And that is why you give him a remission. Now here is a case within 24 hours, yes, the cabinet meets and remits. What was considered? What was the material for remission? I ask myself, were the records of the prisoner asked for? Were they discussed? Were his antecedents discussed? Was anything discussed at all?
You know,
the only reason for the remission was a pure political decision. I do not believe that was the intention of remission under section 432.
You know, given
432, I believe means much more, and not just a political gimmick to be adopted by a party.
Would you also concede, though, Shabnam Lone, that even in the case of an Afzal, let's say, which is now being used as a parallel by various groups, that the same argument would hold? If his death sentence had to be commuted in the first instance, it would have to be done on the facts of the case, not because of the political fallout. The moment you have Kashmiri groups saying that the valley will burn if Afzal is executed, then you are getting in dangerous terrain. Would you concede that any argument in future, whether it's on remission or whether it's on commutation of the death sentence, should be made purely on the basis of law or humanitarian grounds, but not on political grounds?
Of course, it's self-explanatory. How can it be made on political grounds?
But that's what the demand.
This is what has
but
happened.
that was the demand in the Afzal case. But in the Afzal case, that was the demand in the valley, that the valley will burn.
No, Raj, no. People might say different things. Rajdeep, we had a number of programs on that. I hope you recall, I had specifically stated even then and stridently that inordinate delay in considering his mercy petition was a good ground for commuting his death sentence. And at that time, there was a law in his favor, that is State of Haryana versus Jagdish, an excellent judgment passed by the Honorable Supreme Court. So that is why I have a question. Now, once the law was there, the Supreme Court had passed the judgment, it was there, then how did the present government, the Prime Minister Manmohan Singh, acting on the aid and advice of his Council of Ministers, ignore the law and in the din of the night, in the darkness of the night, stealthily pick up this man and send him to the gallows? Now, the Honorable Supreme Court 6 weeks ago gave an excellent judgment in which they made it very clear, their lordships have said, that at least 2 weeks' time should be given to the families.
Right.
They should be informed that this person's mercy petition has been rejected. Now, imagine a scenario, Rajdeep, if the law would have been followed in Afzal Guru's case, then the same parameters would have applied to him. His family would have been informed 2 weeks in advance.
Right, so
then
there's the arbitrariness.
It was with regard to Jagdish versus State of Haryana,
so it's the arbitrariness.
Would have applied in his case. And the way the Honorable Supreme Court, please hold on, the way the Honorable Supreme Court commuted the death sentence of Rajiv Gandhi's killers, I'm sure in the same manner, the death sentence of Afzal Guru would have been commuted. Now what have you done? You have left a summer of discontent for generations and generations of younger Kashmiris who will always feel that there was grave discrimination. Now we have politicians from Jammu and Kashmir who are part of the cabinet here. But unfortunately, I heard some of them saying that we didn't even know that this decision was taken. My question to those Kashmiri ministers here in the center is that if you were not taken on board with regard to this decision by Prime Minister Manmohan Singh and his Council of Ministers, what are you doing here?
Okay, I think you've asked the question, and the question which really reflects the arbitrariness of the law when it now comes to death row convicts. Clearly, there are serious repercussions of what the Tamil Nadu government has done. Clearly, arbitrariness of politics and law is now being reflected. I appreciate all my panelists joining us on our top talking point tonight. Editor's take, where do we stand? The Tamil Nadu Chief Minister is perfectly within her rights to release those convicted in the Rajiv Gandhi assassination case after yesterday's Supreme Court order. But the swiftness with which Jayalalitha has acted suggests that competitive Tamil Nadu politics has influenced the move. For over a decade, the government did not act on the execution orders, but took less than 24 hours to release those convicted. Contrast that with the high secret execution of an Afzal Guru. Is the life of a Kashmiri on death row less valued than those of a Tamilian? That we have to even ask this question suggests an arbitrariness in law and politics that is worrying. So long as the death penalty is on the statute books, the assassination of a Prime Minister must be a non-negotiable criminal act. Law, not sentiment, must be the ultimate touchstone. Welcome back. Let's turn to another big focus tonight, the Telangana tangle in what appears to be a Okay, let's first bring you the very latest on that in what appears to be a very well-rehearsed move. Sonia Gandhi has now asked the Prime Minister to grant special status to Simandra for 5 years. The scenes you're seeing on your screen are chaos and adjournment in the Rajya Sabha today. A TDP MP virtually manhandled the Rajya Sabha General Secretary. Later he apologized and action against him has been dropped. The Rajya Sabha will now take up the Telangana bill that provides for a separate state tomorrow. The Prime Minister reaching out to the top BJP leadership, making an attempt to arrive at a consensus over the amendments. Now, among those who is a big newsmaker is the Telugu Desam chief and former Andhra Chief Minister N. Chandrababu Naidu. I asked him about the behavior of his MPs and what next in the battle to save, as he put it, a united Andhra Pradesh. Listen in. First, I want to get clarity from you on the kind of behavior we witnessed from TDP MPs, sir, in the Rajya Sabha today, where they virtually manhandled the Secretary General of the Rajya Sabha. Yes, there was an apology, but would you also like to condemn the kind of behavior that your MPs have resorted to?
Now, generally, we won't appreciate this type of activities. At the same time, you have to understand the sentiments of people here. For all these things, Sonia Gandhi is responsible. That is the biggest problem.
So Sonia Gandhi is not responsible for your bad behavior. She is responsible for the Telangana bill, which has led to the anger. But surely that does not justify the kind of behavior your MPs resorted to in the Rajya Sabha, sir.
No, that's why I am saying very clearly that I am not endorsing, I am not appreciating. Okay. We are very clear.
You're not
at the same time,
yes.
At the same time, for the last 6 months, I am appealing all political leaders, including President of India, and also everybody in the nation, what is happening, how they are moving without consulting stakeholders. Now there are constitutional violations. It is against federal spirit. Even starting with CWC decision, how they are working for political gain, you are all watching. Because people totally annoyed.
Mr. Naidu, I can take that. I take your point that you are angry with the way this entire Andhra Pradesh bifurcation bill has taken place, the Telangana bill. In fact, you have said, I am terribly disappointed with it. Parliament has passed it without equal justice to both regions. BJP and Congress have come together for votes without caring for the Telugu people. Am I to understand that for you, both the BJP and the Congress are responsible for this? Because the general buzz in Delhi is Chandrababu Naidu is preparing to tie up with the BJP for the 2014 elections.
No, I am very clear in this. There is a constitutional violation. It is against federal spirit. Even everywhere they are violating rules and regulations, even cabinet secretariat rules, parliament procedures. How they have stopped even telecasting also, you have seen.
Are you blaming only the centre? For you only the centre and Congress is responsible, or BJP because it supported the bill is also responsible?
Mainly Congress is responsible. Even they are misusing presiding officers also. Right. And at the same time BJP as main opposition, they have to do justice for all people. That they have failed. That is what I am saying. I met everybody, not only equal justice. Yes. I am very clear. There is a constitutional violation.
But the centre, sir, the centre is saying they will give a Simandra package in the next couple of days. Will that satisfy you? A package for Simandra including special status. Will that be enough? Special status for Simandra and then a state of Telangana? Are you satisfied with that?
From the beginning I am saying it is a sentimental issue. Don't go for votes and seats and also conspiracy game. This is not good for the nation. What you have to do, you call both sides stakeholders, discuss with them.
But there have been several meetings. Mr. Naidu, there have been several meetings in which you have also participated. You have also participated. All party meetings have taken place.
Never I have participated. My party participated. That is one thing. That is not the issue here. Who has decided all these things? Center ministers have decided. Who are all they? One minister from Tamil Nadu, one minister from Karnataka. They decided without involving local stakeholders.
There is some talk that you have been in touch with Narendra Modi. In fact, it is your conversation with Narendra Modi apparently on the weekend that broke the ice. are you planning to tie up with the BJP in a pre-poll tie-up ahead of the elections? For you, the Congress is the main enemy, that the Congress is responsible for what has happened in Telangana.
No, what I am saying from the beginning, in this episode, there are so many violations.
So you're not answering my question.
Congress wants
you're not answering my question.
I'm asking that
Did you speak to Narendra
right,
Modi on the weekend, and are you planning to tie up with the BJP?
No, I met Narendra Modi in Chandigarh, where I went there for agriculture convention.
Right.
On the airport, only 1 minute I met him.
You're saying the Congress is guilty of political opportunism. Telangana is being created because the Congress wants a few extra seats. That's what your charge is against the Congress party. Are you saying
Not
the BJP...
only that,
Yes?
Not only that, to get some seats,
Yes.
they have violated all constitutional norms.
And what about the
Even,
BJP? And what about the BJP? Do you believe the BJP also is involved in this conspiracy?
No, what I am saying, they failed to protect. That is what a main opposition party has to protect. They have failed.
Okay.
Other political parties, at least they raised their voice. That is what I am saying.
Okay. Okay, so Chandrababu Naidu there saying, admitting that he did meet Narendra Modi over the weekend, is an alliance in the air. Now, I also spoke to former Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister Kiran Kumar Reddy soon after he resigned this morning in protest. I asked him about his future plans and just why he had rebelled against his party. Listen in. Mr. Reddy, you've resigned today. Many will say this should have happened much earlier, given the fact that the Congress at the centre had made it clear that they were going ahead with Telangana. Why did it take you so long, Mr. Reddy?
No, I think I was waiting for the bill to come to the assembly for me to get it rejected in the assembly. I believe in a democratic setup, and in a country like ours, in a federal country, I think once the resolution is rejected by the assembly, Parliament should not take it up. I am surprised that they have taken it up and they want to pass a resolution which is against the will and wish of the people of Andhra Pradesh.
Do you feel what happened yesterday was unconstitutional?
It was disgraceful. And in a democracy like ours, where the world over we are known for democratic values, it is unfortunate that such incidents have taken place, and dividing the state with blackout without anyone knowing it, the country not knowing it. I am very sorry. This is not acceptable to the people of the country.
You're saying it is disgraceful, but let's be clear. It was also your MPs from Andhra Pradesh who used pepper spray. Today they have manhandled the Secretary General in the Rajya Sabha. I want to know, who do you hold responsible? Let's be clear, both sides have much to answer for. Both the MPs of Simandra as well as the central government, which has pushed through this legislation. Who therefore, where does the buck stop? Where does the buck stop in what has gone wrong in the manner in which Telangana has actually come into being?
No, basically a state should be divided when the people want it to be divided from all regions. Once there is, people are against the division from majority of the areas, and majority of the
majority of Telangana want it. Majority of Telangana want it. The will of the people of Telangana.
That's what you think, which is wrong. Which is wrong. See, the assembly reflects the views of the people. Yes. The assembly reflects the majority views.
That's because Simandra has a majority.
Of people.
Simandra has a majority in the assembly. The Congress and the BJP came
Rajdeep,
together. Mr. Reddy, there was a majority. There was a majority in the Lok Sabha yesterday. The Congress and BJP got together and passed it by a majority. That is also the will of the people, some will say.
See, we are talking about a state. When the state legislature has rejected it, there is no business for the parliament to put it in parliament. It is undemocratic. It is against the federal system. And it has never happened in this country that a state has rejected a resolution and you put it in parliament and pass it.
I want to know very clearly who is, because it is your party, the party of which you've been a part, which is at the centre, which has driven this entire bill to divide Andhra Pradesh and create a separate state of Telangana. Where does the buck stop? I want a clear answer from you. Who do you hold responsible?
See, Everyone is responsible, all the political parties, including my party.
We seem to be reaching a stage where it seems inevitable that a separate state of Telangana will be formed. Therefore, what are your options today? You, in a sense, have lost that battle to keep your state united.
Yes, I have lost the battle. Yes, I am a free citizen today like you. Of course, you have got a profession. I'll have to select a profession.
Are you feeling today that this is, in a sense, a betrayal by the Congress party of the people of Andhra Pradesh? Because the central leadership, you are blaming everyone, you're saying everyone is responsible, but the buck must stop surely with the central leadership, with Sonia Gandhi. Many believe that Telangana is the result of Sonia Gandhi's resolve that the people of Telangana must get a separate state. Do you hold her primarily responsible, or do you hold Digvijay Singh? Who do you hold responsible today?
I have been honest with whomever I have spoken to in my life, including my party leader, Srimati Sonia Gandhi. I have said in uncertain terms that this is a bad decision. The future of the Telugu people is going to be affected. All these parties have messed up the state of Andhra Pradesh because of trying to take political advantage, and the Telugu people have to pay,
including the Congress
parties,
including the Congress. Okay, I'm going to ask you also, what is your final plan for the future? There is an election now in Andhra Pradesh, an election at the general election. We are told you already have letterheads of a party called Samakhya Andhra Reddy. Kiran Kumar Reddy, are you announcing a new party shortly?
See, if I am going to announce, I'll let you know, Rajdeep.
You've already decided.
It's not going to be a secret.
You know, politicians never retire.
Not.
Politicians never retire. They are never free citizens. You've left the Congress. You are getting ready to form your own party and build your base in Simandra.
I have left cricket when I was 23. I have left cricket when I was 23.
We've all left cricket.
I could play.
I also left cricket at 23, but I'm going to ask you one more time. I am told you are going to play this Telugu injustice against Telugu in your elections, form a new party, and then, if you do well, maybe go back to the Congress. Is that a possibility, that you will go back to the Congress after the elections?
Don't link up our political future with the future of the state and the future of the people.
Okay. I think you've made your stand very clear. Kiran Kumar Reddy, we'll see if you go back to cricket. I have a sneaking suspicion you will stay in politics and form your own party. So we will keep watching what you do next. Okay, you've heard from the newsmakers of Andhra Pradesh. But coming up next is our other big newsmaker, an exclusive interview with Trinamool Congress chief Mamta Banerjee as she reveals her national ambitions for the first time. She's not averse to trying to become India's next Prime Minister. That's coming up when we return. Let's turn to the other big story of the day. Anna Hazare today, has endorsed the Trinamool Congress chief Mamta Banerjee and said that he will campaign That's right. Anna has said that he will campaign for Mamta Banerjee. He was sharing a platform with Mamta Banerjee at a public gathering today. And for the first time in that press conference, he said he will actually campaign for a political party. What does Mamta Banerjee have to say? What are her national ambitions? Well, that's exactly the questions that I posed to her in this exclusive interview. Listen in. Mamta Di, the moment you shared that platform with Anna Di, the impression is now Mamta Di has decided to go beyond Bengal. You have decided in the 2014 general elections to become a national leader, to fight this election nationally, across India. Is that right? That you are now going to fight across India, not just in Bengal?
Now, Bengal, of course, will be fighting this 42 seat, whatever we have, but even Northeastern also. But I am grateful that Anna Ji also gave us a blessing. So we will be contesting the election in different states, wherever we have the possibility, wherever we have the good candidates.
That means that Mamta has decided now that you want to be someone who could be in the race for Prime Minister, because it means that you have national ambitions. Your ambitions are no longer about Bengal. Let's be clear. No, why otherwise are you contesting across India?
Don't misunderstand me. I am from the soil of Bengal. I cannot deny my responsibilities because I am working there. But now, whatever we have seen, the central government, they deprived us like anything, even the other state also. So I think it's a time, if you can work for the state also, you can work for the central also.
What you are saying effectively is you want a share in the power at the center. Does that mean that you are, because Jayalalitha has made it very clear that she is the prime ministerial candidate of the AIDMK. Are you the prime ministerial candidate of the Trinamool Congress?
I am the commoner candidate. I belongs to a common family and I am a commoner.
But if you get 35 seats, are you in the race for prime minister? Would you like to be prime minister?
Please, I know my limitation and I am not a greedy people. If whatever Annaji said, the blessings, and other states also, we are fighting this time. If the maximum seat comes to us, that time we will decide what will be the future and what will.
So you are not ruling out. You are not ruling out today playing a role in the center. You would like to play a role of power sharing.
No.
You have spoken of a federal front.
No, I don't say power sharing. I said yes, we want to take part on the center. But it will be decided by Annaji and my party that who will be fittest for that. We will decide that later on.
No, the reason I'm asking you, 1 year ago you told me that you want to be part of a federal front. Which includes,
now also,
you want a third front or a federal front?
No third front.
Because the third front has the left.
It is totally failure. It is failed.
Mamta, there will be those who are saying that you want this federal front because you are angry that you are left out of the third front. That the third front has the left with it. That is why to build an alternative you are creating this so-called federal front or tying up with Anna. Because you are angry that there is no third front. That you are not part of the third front.
Number one, this left front, they are left out from the leftist politics.
But they are in the third front.
Number two, because third front became now tired front. Because
you are not upset that you are not there in the third front and that's why you are trying to create an alternate national platform?
I am less interested to go with them. I am the last person to go with them because...
What is the difference between federal front and third front?
Third front, people have already seen their performance. It was just like a hodgepodge third front and they cannot take any action for the country. They cannot take a decision.
But federal front will also be hodgepodge?
No, why I am interested for federal front? We want that policy should be changed. Central government can take a policy decision, but implementing authority is the state government. And that's why I want all the state, maybe my political differences between the state to state, but because state, always it is the state government, they run the country, they run the state. So I think if you want to divide the country, you first take opinion from the state government. You don't bulldoze or you don't demolish the constitution.
Okay, you're talking of rephrasing center-state.
If state is strong.
So center-state relations have to change. Center-state relations have to change.
And central government part is only they will give the policy decision and they will take care for external affairs policy. Okay. And rest of the work the state government will do.
Respond to those then who will say that you're using Anna Hazare today. That you're using Anna's goodwill, Anna's image for your own personal ambition.
Anna ji ko I respect Anna ji like anything. But don't you think my life, I sacrificed my like anything.
So you're not using him?
Why I will use Anna ji? I respect him. Anna ji ka to mahatva hai. I am grateful to him that he personally was interested to talk to me. And I am really overwhelmed. And it is a superb decision that he called me. And instead of my busy schedule, it is because of Anna Hazare I came to Delhi. Otherwise, Delhi, you know, Delhi weather and Delhi politics. If it is not settled, really settled, they can compromise any time with any other. Just like not smiling, but it is the political signing. I don't like it.
Today you've shared, as I said, a platform with Anna Hazare. Is Anna going to be the mascot of your national ambitions? Are you going to make him the symbol?
I have no ambition. I want my country should be well.
But what is Anna's role? What is Anna's role?
Anna ji is playing as a fatherly.
He'll be a father figure for your party?
He's a father, not my party. He's above one party. He's not father figure of my party. I don't say like this. I'm not the type of politicians. I think Anna ji, this is the first time he's supporting for a cause. He said, "Hamara vichar, hum ek vichar ko support kar rahe hai."
No, in fact, no, I agree. In fact, this is the first time he has supported any individual politician. Yes. My point, therefore, is that during the Jan Lokpal movement 3 years ago, you did not support Anna Hazare.
No, I didn't say anything against of them.
But you did not support him.
No, I did. I am the first person. When Anna ji wrote a letter to us, I replied the first one.
But have your views changed on Anna? Because earlier you were critical of Anna.
No. You asked, he has said, this is the first time I am meeting.
You never shared a platform with him? You refused to share platforms?
No. I didn't get the opportunity also.
Okay. So as far as you are concerned, Anna for you at the moment
I have never seen him before.
Okay.
This is the first time. Even Annaji also told the same thing.
Because he's going to campaign for you now.
Yes, and he said this is the first time I am meeting her. And in my life...
You had never met Anna till today?
No.
So who?
Yesterday only I met him.
So who decided on... was there a go between some middlemen? Who decided
No middleman,
this?
no. Actually, Annaji has written a letter to all the political parties regarding he is having some points. So he said only our party, only I gave the reply. That touches his heart, maybe. And he came to know my struggle and all this, that's why he is supporting me.
Mamata Banerjee, you addressed a big rally in Kolkata not too long ago. There you said you would not share a power either with the BJP-led NDA or a Congress-led UP at the center. You said, and I quote, "We do not want dynastic rule, nor do we want a government of rioters at the center. We want a people's government." Am I to understand that you will not tie up with either the BJP-led NDA or a Congress-led UPN after the 2014 elections? Is that an assurance you are giving us?
Today I cannot say about tomorrow because I am not a political astrologer. But we are neither with Congress or the BJP. That I can assure you.
Didi, you are not giving me a straight answer because you are saying today I will not be with BJP and Congress. You are saying, what about tomorrow? If you get 35, 40 seats.
You said that do you want to support NDA or UPA? But NDA and UPA, if they do not come to power, why I will give them the support?
What if they come to you? What if Narendra Modi comes to Mamata Banerjee says, I want support from you?
You forget.
Forget it.
Federal front will lead the government. So why you are asking
Next
me
government will be federal front.
Yes.
It will not be UPA, it will not be NDA. Next government will be a federal front government.
Yes, that is my guess. I may be wrong.
Because opinion polls are showing that Narendra Modi and the BJP are number one, about 50 seats short of the of full majority. They may come to you, he may come to you.
That's a different question. Any political party can talk to any
so
political
party. So what if he comes to you?
No, I have some political compulsion also.
That's what I'm saying. Is he an untouchable
for you? I am telling you,
you?
Whatever you said, that 50%, 50 seat less and all this, I don't believe so.
What is your political compulsion? Why can't you go? You have tied up in the past. You have been part of a government of Vajpayee and a government of Manmohan Singh.
That time we started just our party newly in the year 1978. And within
1998.
And within a month we contested the election.
Yes.
And that time CPM tortured was too much.
Yes.
So our party thought that when Vajpayee is leading the whole thing, then let us give outside support from the outside. It is because of Vajpayee you give support.
Therefore, you gave support to Vajpayee, you also gave support to Manmohan Singh. And you were part of both those governments.
But please realize, when they started this rioting and all this, communal rights and all this, we withdraw.
My point therefore is...
But please realize this, we withdraw also.
My point is you have withdrawn
from both... We are not with the full time of the NDA or the UPA.
I take that point. Therefore today, because people are looking at you, they are looking at you as a potential kingmaker of the next government. Will you, if a Narendra Modi comes and says, Mamata Banerjee, give me outside support, but give me support, will you accept it? Will you agree to it?
The first point you have to know, you cannot judge for tomorrow. I am also not. So Narendra Modi will get all the seat and
others... You are not ruling anything out.
And others are zero. I don't agree this. Even I believe that they may not. They are not.
They are not going to get these seats.
They are not.
BJP will not get these 200 plus seats.
My 150 तो आगे पहले करने दो.
Congress
60 में चलाएगा.
Congress 60 पे चला जाएगा.
This is my hunch.
Congress 60 पे चला जाएगा. BJP 150 भी touch नहीं करेगा. So you are talking about federal front. Please tell me who are the parties in this federal front? Because are you telling me that all the other parties will come together?
Seats will be coming. It may come. Why you are so negative that they may not come? Always we talk about the big fish. Why don't we talk about the small fish also? But they have to take a decision also.
Take your point, but can a federal front give stability? All these parties of chief ministers, can it give stability?
If the leader is rough and tough, means tough, and they deliver the good governance, why not?
Like whom? Like you?
Why you are only considering me? There are so many. I respect all.
No, do you have a preference for who should be the prime minister of a federal front?
That after election that they will decide. I cannot. I am not alone.
You know, Mamta, the feeling is that you have a large Muslim population in Bengal. many of whom have voted for you. They have gone away from the left and come to you. Is that the reason why today you are reluctant to even think about the BJP?
No.
Is that the political compulsion compared to 1990?
Minority, majority, all are with us. I love majority and minority both. But minority people, it is our dharma to give more protection to our neglected people.
Do you see Narendra Modi as a leader who could be a potential prime minister? Do you see him as a person who could be the strong, stable government?
I have not seen him in Delhi. Only I have seen when Atalji was the prime minister. Sometimes along with Atalji, used to travel.
How do you regard him? How do you rate
I don't know him. I don't know the details. How do I say?
How do you see Rahul Gandhi? Do you see him as a potential prime minister?
What do you think, that I am an examiner and I will give the number to all of them?
No, the reason I
am not at all. People please realize in our democratic setup, it is the common people, they will be the examiner. They will give the number, not me.
Who is the enemy number one, Congress or BJP for Mamata Banerjee today? Left is your first enemy in Bengal.
These three.
Nationally, who is here?
All three. 1, 2, 3.
Left, in what order? Who is your first enemy? Left?
In Bengal, I am telling you.
Left.
All my enemy, because their Valentine's Day is going on.
Valentine's Day?
Yes, in Congress, BJP and CPM in Bengal, all are together. I have seen them.
You are saying there's a love affair going on between them in Bengal, but you are a congresswoman at one time.
So what?
Why are you suddenly drifting away? Yesterday I saw you were so angry with the Congress with what had happened in the Lok Sabha.
I am telling you, I was in Congress. That time I never thought what they are doing today. And when the mix-up, they have totally mixed up with leftist, they have forgotten their ideology. That time I protested so many times, and after that I started my new party. It is not that taking blessings from anyone. We have done it from our struggle. Our struggle is our strength, and our struggle, it is the people's strength. People have given us these blessings and dua, all.
This whole factor of bringing in Anna Hazare, I still, first time, as I said, first time he is supporting even an individual. He said today he's not supporting a party, he's supporting Mamata Banerjee and Mamata's ideology. He said he's supporting your simplicity and your simple living. You said you met him yesterday for the first time. Do you feel you misread Anna Hazare, that there was a time 3 years ago that you thought Anna, let's be clear, you were not very fond of Anna Hazare 3 years ago.
No, that is not correct. He is from Maharashtra. I have never gone to his village and all this. I came to know his...
so did you misread him? Did you misread him?
Why I will mislead him?
Misread. Did you misread? Did you not imagine the kind of person he was?
I never disrespected him. Please, let me assure you. Number 2, he invited me. That Mamata, come, I will talk to you, and I will, this press conference also, it is Annaji's press conference. He is an elderly leader, and with my respect and my convictions, I came to Delhi. This time I have enough work, but I came because when Annaji called me, then I came.
No, that's what I'm saying. Somewhere now there is a feeling that you can make an impact with Annaji by your side. He's not going with Arvind Kejriwal and Aam Aadmi Party, but he has chosen to go with you. That
Annaji, as a senior man, as a socialist background, we are really grateful and obliged to Annaji, because Annaji extended his total blessings to us. It's a really blessing.
So you will campaign with him in an Uttar Pradesh, you will campaign with him in a Delhi, you will campaign with him in a Maharashtra, you will put up candidates, because where do you have those candidates?
Maharashtra, if you say that yes, we can contest, we leave it to you. That Annaji will decide.
He will decide all your candidates across India or only in Maharashtra?
No. Maharashtra, Chennai, Kerala, Andhra Pradesh.
You will put up candidates across the country.
Why not?
Where is the funding? Where are the names? Where is the organization?
There are few seats.
Are you also trying to occupy that Aam Aadmi space?
No.
They are also saying they will contest 350
By their new party, I have no comments for that. And our life is struggle life. It is 35 years.
You don't see them as a threat? You don't see Aam Aadmi as a threat to your kind of base even in Bengal?
I have no comments.
They are not a party?
I am not saying that. I don't know them, so I don't have any comments. It won't look nice.
Today, interestingly, some left leaders put out a protest petition to Anna Hazare. Why are you supporting Mamata Banerjee?
They are together. Maybe they are scared, but I am not scared.
Mamata, you're sounding as if you have something in your mind. You're already planning and plotting for something that will happen after May. Today's meeting is a is part of a strategy that you have. What is the strategy? What is your target in this Lok Sabha election? What are you trying to achieve in this Lok Sabha?
Our target is very simple. Our target that we have to make out some policy decision which will help the people. And whatever I have seen this, at the time of election, they have sometimes the government takes some decision forcefully, bulldoze the as a parliament, demolish the parliamentary system and all this, constitutional breakdown and all this. And after that, they say something before election, and after election, they do something. I don't believe this. My whole life, whatever we said, we stick to it.
Okay.
I said for people, politics, I'm telling you.
So you're doing it for people, you know.
We have to do something for this country.
But you know, I interviewed Arvind Kejriwal. He also says, I stand for people's politics. How do you see him?
I am not, I said that I do not know them, so I cannot have any comments.
You don't fear this rise of the Aam Aadmi Party in some parts?
Why? I cannot.
They may target your base?
Why? Everybody has their own space. I don't want to occupy any other space. But the problem is, I do not know them. So
because you are the original Aam Aurat. You long before Arvind Kejriwal spoke of simple living, you were speaking of simple living in politics. You were not into the Lal Batti culture.
No, that
are you the original Aam Aadmi Party?
Not only now, it is since 20 years I am doing it. Forget that. But I have no comments because I don't know them, so I cannot comments.
Can I therefore ask you in conclusion, Mamata Banerjee, people believe that you are changing. At one time you were seen as very temperamental.
Now also.
You're still temperamental?
Why not?
Because people were then at that time questioning your governance. When you first came to power, you remember people questioned your governance. You walked out of a program of CNN IBN after your 1 year. People
that was, again I am telling you, that time, your decision was wrong. Only you called some political party members.
You had walked out of our Indian of the Year, almost walked out when you got Politician of the Year.
No, that day, you please realize that time my mother died.
I know.
I didn't tell you. But next day you have got the message.
So it was not about Anna being there?
No, please.
Okay. Given
some
that,
people are planning for this, and you know that day I have not seen, even Dias also he was not there.
Okay.
Please.
Okay. Given that.
But I didn't tell all of you that day I was agitated because my mother was my first man.
I know.
And see, at that time she died. I didn't tell you because I came because you invited me. I came to attend your program.
Tell me, Mamta, have you changed completely now? Are you now in these three? You have been in power what, 2.5 years? How have you changed? Have you changed completely? Is there a new Mamta Banerjee?
My state is changed. My state is growing now. I'm very mind blowing for the people.
No, you're winning election after election in Bengal. I know that
because we are working very hard. Can you imagine from a state, central government is taking away 70,000 crores rupees for my left front government's PAP, this Shud payment and all this, Kajja ke liye. 70,000 crores they are cutting. They are cutting from my treasury. Where is the money? But instead of that, I am telling you, small scale micro, Bengal 1. 100 days job, Bengal 1. Jungle Mahal, Bengal 1. This Darjeeling, Bengal 1.
But issues like unemployment, issues like industrialization still remain. Infrastructure, these are still problems.
No.
These are still, you've got to consider.
If you see the GDP growth at central level, and if you see the GSDP growth in state level, my state double GSDP. My state industrially, my growth is double than center. My growth agriculturally double than center. My growth economically double than center.
I'm going to ask you one last time.
Yes.
Narendra Modi is Gujarat Chief Minister. He is the BJP's PM candidate. Jayalalitha is Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu. She is AIDMK's PM candidate. Mulayam Singh Yadav is a Satrap of UP. He is possibly Samajwadi Party's PM candidate. Is Mamata Banerjee, the Chief Minister of Bengal, also now ready to be the PM candidate of the Trinamool Congress or the Federal Front? Are you ready or not? Particularly if you get more than 30 seats.
How many seats you will get, that after election you will see.
Sure.
That I am not discussing right now. But I can tell you that Janta means this is a democratic government. Democracy will decide the PM candidate.
I think Mamata Banerjee, you made it clear that you're not ruling yourself out of the race at all.
I said democracy will decide the PM candidate. It is not me or you.
My interpretation is that you are not ruling it out.
Don't misquote me.
I'm not misquoting you. I'm saying Janta will decide.
You see, I am not greedy for anything. My life, whole life, I work for the people.
But you are now a national leader.
It may be I am from grassroots, and that's why nobody knows our struggle and all this. That's a different question. But I want to be a commoner.
I want to be a commoner. Maybe she wants to be also the Aam Aadmi or Aam Aurat. Whichever way you look at it, Mamata Banerjee, don't rule her out. She could get more than 30 MPs in the next election. Okay, up next, Face the People. We are looking at the Tarun Tejpal case very carefully after he has now given a strong defense in terms of claiming he's a victim. Is he really a victim in this case? That is coming up on Face the People in a moment from now. We leave you though with unfortunate images tonight. Chaos in the Rajya Sabha, but also now followed in the Uttar Pradesh and Jammu and Kashmir assemblies. A PDP MLA slapping a marshal thrice. In UP, RLD MLAs take off their shirts to protest against the Samajwadi Party government. Bad behavior is clearly catching on. Good night, goodbye.